It was 3 a.m. on Sunday, 1st August 1982. A group of soldiers from the Kenya Air Force took over Isili Air Base just outside Nairobi, and by 4 a.m., the nearby Air Base had also fallen. At 6 a.m., Senior Private Hezekiah Ochuka and Sergeant Pancras Oteyo Okumu captured the Voice of Kenya radio station in central Nairobi, from where they then broadcast in English and Swahili that the military had overthrown the government. Corporal Bramwell Injeri Njereman was leading a plot to bomb the State House and the General Service Unit headquarters from the Laikipia Air Base, Nanyuki. Corporal Njereman forced 3 pilots, Major David Mutua, Captain John Mugwanja, and Captain John Baraza, to fly 2 F-5E Tiger jets and a strike master that would be used for the mission. The pilots, while communicating on a secret channel, agreed to execute daring maneuvers to disorient their captor. The trick worked. The pilots dumped the bombs in Mount Kenya forest and headed back to Nanyuki. What was the purpose of this coup? Who were the masterminds behind this coup? Follow me as I take you through the story of Hezekiah Ochuka, the man who was obsessed with becoming the president of Kenya in 1982. Sources close to Ochuka disclosed that he was so obsessed with becoming president of Kenya in his lifetime that he had the words "the next president of Kenya" carved on his desk. And this led him to quickly accept a proposal by Obwon and Oteyo to overthrow Moi's government. He recruited some of the soldiers at his base at Embakasi, including those who ranked higher than he. There was a heated debate among the plotters about who would become the chairman of the People Redemption Council, PRC, that would assume power after the coup. For his part, Obwon claimed that he had recruited the largest number of soldiers into the plan and so warranted the chairmanship. Ochuka threatened in return that all the soldiers he had recruited to the plot would quit if he was not selected as the PRC chairman. Obwon and Ochuka had a heated debate that almost broke into a fight over the chairmanship until Oteyo intervened. Oteyo advised Obwon to leave the chairmanship to Ochuka, whom they would then kill once the coup had succeeded. Ochuka may have suspected the plot of Obwon and Oteyo. He rallied support from the soldiers to him as an individual, and he went further to build a protective wall around him. Ochuka also rallied support from Obwon's old political friend, and it is believed that the old friend gave him 2 million shillings and a second-hand car. He had also managed to steal some military communication equipment, which he had set up at a private house in Nairobi, which was located a few kilometers from the city center. In late July 1982, Ochuka held a secret meeting at football grounds near Umoja Estate, at which details of how the coup was to be executed were discussed. Ochuka told the attendees that he had the support of Uganda, Tanzania, and Sudan, who would send their soldiers to the border to counter any opposition. He went further to allege that he had the blessings of Soviet Union, which would send a ship to Kenyan coast to guard against any external interference. The coup was strategically planned to coincide with the war games taking place in Lodwar, a remote town in Kenya, when most of the army units and the senior leadership were away from Nairobi. This meant that the senior-most officers present at the time were Lieutenant General John Sawe, the army commander and deputy chief of the general staff; Major General Mahmoud Mohammed, Sawe's deputy; Brigadier Bernard Kilu, Chief of Operations at Defense Headquarters; and Major Humphrey Njoroge, a staff officer in charge of training at Army Headquarters. At a meeting of the four, it was agreed that Mohammed would take charge of the operation to suppress the coup. He then assembled a team of about 30 officers from 1st Kenya Rifles Battalion and Kahawa Barracks. The team stormed the broadcasting station and killed or captured the rebel soldiers inside. Leonard Mbotela, a broadcaster who had earlier been captured by Ochuka to announce the coup, went on air to report that the rebels had been defeated and Moi was back in power. With the help of the General Service Unit and later the regular police, Mohammed gained control of Nairobi, causing the Air Force rebels to flee. Hezekiah Ochuka, whose rank of senior Private Grade 1 was the second lowest rank in the Kenyan military, claimed to rule Kenya for about 6 hours before fleeing to Tanzania. After being extradited back to Kenya, he was tried and found guilty of leading the coup attempt and was hanged in 1987. Also implicated in the coup attempt were Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, a former vice president to Jomo Kenyatta, Moi's predecessor, and his son Raila Amolo Odinga.